All right, we are live.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Harrisburg City Council's legislative session. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021, and I'm calling this meeting to order at 6 o'clock p.m. Mr. Petrosky, please do the roll call.
Mr. Allett,
Present.
Ms. Bowers, Ms. Daniels,
Here.
Ms. Green,
Present.
Mr. Madsen,
Here.
Mr. Majors,
Here.
Ms. Williams.
Present. Ms. Bowers is excused this evening. Mr. Petrosky, thank you. We now move on to the invocation. Mr. Allett.
Thank you. As we've discussed many times over the last year, certainly want to keep those who've been battling COVID, those that we love that have lost their lives to COVID, and those who are ill and sick with COVID and affected by the pandemic, whether it be through loss of work, jobs, or anything along those lines. Certainly want to lift those people up in our thoughts and prayers. I also want to, just kind of in a spirit of thankfulness, send a message of thankfulness through that to Aaron Johnson, who will be retiring as a Director of Public Works. So I know sometimes we talk about people in memorial, and we do not have to do that with Aaron. We can certainly be thankful for the time and the energy and the work he's done in the city. So if we could just take a few moments to do that and bow our heads in that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allett. We now move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Green.
Thank you, President Williams. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Green. We now move on to communications. We have no communications this evening. And we move on to courtesy of the floor. Mr. Petrosky, is there anyone who would like to speak to council at this point?
Yes, we have one person that raised their hand. I'll just announce that now is the time for public comment. If you would like to speak during public comment, please raise your hand and I will unmute you. I'm going to unmute the. Okay, Ms. Campbell, now you are available.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Kamiki Campbell. A great evening to all. I just have a couple of requests. We're going to keep asking if we can get these meetings in a multimodal format so that people can submit their comments like we were doing during the height of the pandemic via email and have other ways to contribute to the conversation in addition to being able to call in. And then I wanted to ask for a plain language explanation of Bill 2-2021 of the ordinance authorizing and directing the creation of an irrevocable special trust to be designated as the OPEB trust fund. I've read through it and I do think residents would just benefit from kind of just a plain language introduction to what this is supposed to do. And those are the extent of my comments for this evening so far. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Ms. Campbell. Is Mr. Grover on this evening?
I am, Madam President.
Okay.
Just trying to find my switch there.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you give us a quick explanation in layman's terms for the public, please, on Bill 2021?
Sure, I can do that briefly here, and we could also, we'll be doing that as the process moves forward as well, because that will be required of us anyway. In writing, we will have a plain explanation of it in the process as it gets created. The OPEB ordinance creates a trust fund for money that the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania set aside from the parking transaction as part of receivership. The Board of Trustees will be appointed in accordance with what is a court order that's already in place to establish the trust and the designees for the trust, the trustees. The trust is those benefits to certain retirees and their families that are eligible based on past pension, past union contracts for healthcare benefits under the union contract, in addition to their pension payment. The pension plans cover the monthly payments. This covers whatever healthcare was guaranteed under the contract when they retired, and that guarantee stays with them during the course of their retirement. It is different depending when the person retired, under which contract they retired under. So this helps supplement that in a way, because that's an ongoing large expense. And it was a recommended best practice for municipalities to start to create these trust funds to deal with long-term costs that were unfunded in any budget for retirees. We pay right now healthcare bills as self-insured for retirees straight out of the general fund every year, every month. And it is not an insignificant portion of our budget.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Grover.
Certainly, Madam President.
Okay. We'll now move on to approval of minutes. Approval of minutes for the legislative session of March 9th, 2021. Council members, any omissions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes will be stand approved. We move on to reports of committee. Report from Chair Allett on the work session of March 16, 2021. Mr. Allett, are you ready with your report?
I am, thank you.
You're welcome.
Up for discussion at the committee work session on March 16th was Bill 2 of 2021, as well as Resolution 23 of 2021. Bill 2, as Neil just explained in some terms, is a bill to establish a trust for the OPEB trust fund. This was a mandate as part of the Act 47 recovery plan, and this is the city following suit on its obligation to set this up and move forward with it. So I do encourage my colleagues to vote in affirmation of this bill and allow us to meet our obligation under the Act 47 process. Also up for discussion was Resolution 23 of 2021, which is a resolution supporting the participation of the city of Harrisburg in the formation of a new joint transportation authority. We've had several discussions of this over the course of the last few months through presentations from Rich Farr, and this really deals with the merger of Capital Area Transit with Rabbit to create a larger transportation authority for our South Central PA region. So I also do have to announce that tonight, as a result of Rabbit Transit being a client of my day job, I'm going to recuse myself from voting on this, but I do encourage my council members to move forward with exercising their authority to do so. And that concludes my committee update. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Allett. Moving on to report from Chair Mattson on the work session of March 16, 2021. Mr. Mattson, are you ready with your report?
I am, President Williams. On March 16th of 2021, the Community and Economic Development Committee met to discuss Resolution 17 of 2021, a resolution approving a preliminary and final land development plan to convert an existing industrial property into a mixed-use building featuring 5 residential units with first floor commercial space located at 1507 North 3rd Street. Planning Director Jeff Knight gave an overview of the plan. The plan meets all zoning requirements and has met all the city regulations. The building will be mixed use. The first floor will be a commercial space. It will have 5 residential units. The applicant, Mr. Foote, was present. Mr. Foote provided some additional comments. He had noted that there is some interest in the commercial space already from a variety of businesses. And one of the units will be below market rate, and he does plan to work with his contractor for MWBE participation. Council members asked questions and provided feedback. And after review of the project, I believe that it is in compliance and would encourage my colleagues to vote in affirmation of the resolution. And that was the only item in the Community and Economic Development Committee.
Thank you, Mr.
My
Mattson.
report. Thank you.
Thank you. We now move on for ordinance for first reading. Council members, we have none. Ordinance for amendment, we have none as well. We now move on to ordinance for final passage, Bill 2, 2021. Mr. Petrosky, please read it into record.
Yes, Bill 2 of 2021 is an ordinance authorizing and directing the creation of a irrevocable special trust to be designated as the OPEB Trust Fund for the purpose of depositing and segregating funds to be restricted and used for other post-employment benefit obligations of the city and related administrative costs of the trust, providing for the appointment, to a Board of Trustees to oversee the OPEB Trust Fund in accordance with the approved Act 47 Recovery Plan and any amendment thereto, providing for the board to contract for services a trust professional, authorizing the execution of a trust agreement and related documents, authorizing the acceptance and deposit of designated funds provided through certain asset transfers under the Harrisburg Strong Plan, and adopting a charter and bylaws of the OPEB of trustees so as to operate in accordance with the recommendations of the Governmental Accounting Standards Board as provided in GASB Statement Number 74 and GASB Statement Number 75.
Council members, any additional questions or comments? Hearing none, please call the vote, Mr. Petrosky.
Mr. Allett,
Yes.
Ms. Bowers, Ms. Daniels,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Madsen,
Yes.
Mr. Majors,
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Bill 2 passes.
Thank you. We now move on to resolutions. Resolution 23, 2021. Mr. Petrosky, please read that into record.
Resolution 23 of 2021 is a resolution supporting the participation of the city of Harrisburg in the formation of a new joint transportation authority.
And Mr. Allett is abstaining. Council members, is there any other additional questions or comments? Hearing none, please call the vote, Mr. Petrosky.
Mr. Allett, Ms. Bowers, Ms. Daniels,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Madsen,
Yes.
Mr. Majors,
Yeah.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Resolution 23 passes.
Thank you. Moving on to resolution 17.
Resolution 17 of 2021 is a resolution approving a preliminary final land development plan to convert an existing industrial property into a mixed-use building featuring 5 residential units with first floor commercial space located at 1507 North 3rd Street.
Is there any additional questions or comments, council members? Hearing none, please call the vote, Mr. Petrosky.
Mr. Allett,
Yes.
Ms. Bowers, Ms. Daniels,
Yes. Sorry about that.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Madsen,
Yes.
the Majors,
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Resolution 17 passes.
Thank you. We now move on to resolution 25 of 2021. Mr. Petrosky.
Resolution 25 of 2021 is a resolution approving the second proposed 2021 budget reallocation.
And that will be placed in Budget and Finance Committee. We now move on to resolution 26 of 2021.
Resolution 26 of 2021 is a resolution ratifying the submission of a redevelopment assistance capital program grant application of up to $8 million to fund renovations to the Martin Luther King Jr. Government Center located at 10 North 2nd Street, Harrisburg, PA 17101.
It also will be placed in Budget and Finance Committee. We now move on to resolution 27 of 2021.
Resolution 27 of 2021 is a resolution authorizing the submission of an AARP Community Challenge 2021 grant application to fund the purchase and installation of benches around the Capitol area Greenbelt.
That will be placed in Parks and Recreation Committee. We now move on to old business. Council members, is there any old business?
Oh,
Go ahead, Mr. Madsen.
No, go ahead. I defer, Councilman Matt.
Okay.
okay. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to give a quick update on the comprehensive plan. I did make a formal request to the school district to see if they were in a place where they may be able to host some in-person meetings. Unfortunately, they don't think they'd be ready for something like that until later into the summer, which probably doesn't work for our purposes. So President Williams and I are engaging some faith-based leaders to see if we could use a church with using CDC guidelines. We are having conversations later this week with some ministers. So hopefully I have an update next week on where we're at with that, but just wanted to let everybody know that we are working towards trying to do safe in-person meetings to go over the comprehensive plan. Thank you.
That's it. Mr. Majors?
Yes. Hold on. So under old business, I know with resolution 25 coming, one of the the pledges that was made when we were passing the budget back in December was that we would receive, along with each allocation, a cumulative amount of unspent personal funds, unspent personnel funds, so that we could discuss any potential reallocations of funds. So with this being the second one, I'm just hoping that the administration is prepared to provide that information as we have our work session in the coming weeks. Well, next week, I guess, on that topic. Additionally, just was trying to understand, and I don't know if I don't see the mayor on this evening, but if there is any update they can provide on the establishment of the CSA task force. I know that they were working through some of the applications, but if we could get an update on the CSA task force establishment, that would be appreciated.
Mr. Majors, I will be in touch with Blake Lynch, who is coordinating that. So I'll have a response for you next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yep.
Okay. Anyone else on old business? We move on to new business, council members. Any new business? Mr. Major?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Again, I'll just want to note that, because that was yesterday, the county announced that in conjunction with UPMC and HAC, that they will be hosting a COVID-19 vaccination clinic, community clinic, that'll be available at HAC in the West parking lot. Folks that are interested in receiving the vaccine can register through UPMC to be able to access vaccine at that location. I believe currently they are they're not receiving a large amount of vaccine, but they're expecting that to continue to ramp up in the coming weeks, and in the coming weeks, so that they can hit a optimal number of over 3,000 shots per day. So folks that are interested in registering to receive a vaccine should do so through UPMC and register for that site. In addition, there are several locations, Rite Aid locations, and another pharmacy, C-Right Pharmacy in Harrisburg, that do have access to vaccine allocations. So you can look at the Department of Health website and try to get signed up. As we're trying to continue to move through COVID, this is one step that folks can take to help us get through that process. So if you're interested in receiving, just wanted to make those two notations for our city residents. And again, want to also take the time I was able to participate on Friday, but want to make another public note to thank our soon to be retiring Public Works Director for his many years of service to the city of Harrisburg. And in that capacity, he has been not just a great employee, a great director for the agency, but has served in a mentor in many capacities to several folks, not just in the city, but around our area. He was a guy that I, got to, either when I played baseball in the city as a youth, you always knew Mr. Aaron and Mr. Johnson. So just want to congratulate him on his retirement, and make sure you hand in that city phone on your way out, because we don't want people to be disturbing it too much as you're moving on to your next go around. So just want to publicly thank him for all of his hard work and dedication to the city. Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Majors, I just was in contact with Mr. Lynch, and he said he'll be able to jump on the call, on the session in about 2 minutes. Okay, so give him a few minutes.
Look, if they want to do it at the next work session, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that, those are items that we had discussed, back in 2020. So just making sure that those are things that are moving forward.
Okay.
That was all. It wasn't a rush for him to hop on the meeting tonight.
He just texted me and I said yes. So let's give him a couple minutes. If he doesn't come on in a couple minutes, then we can request him to come before council next Tuesday. Thank you. Any other new business, council members, while we wait?
Sure, I can go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just wanted to let folks know that the 2021 Environmental Justice in Pennsylvania Summit is happening on April 6th. The last date to register online is April 5th for it. And you can register by going to summits.harrisburgu.edu/EJP/registration/. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else, please, while we wait for Mr. Lynch for new business?
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Grover. I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
No, we can't hear him, but I'll also make another. There you go. Are you?
Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah,
Grover.
Neil?
my phone was ringing. It's just next week is the 5th Tuesday, and then the following week is the 1st Tuesday. Is the council planning to have back-to-back work sessions, or what is just for planning purposes?
Neil, I need to look at that because if we have any legislation that needs to be passed, then I will. If we don't, then, no, I won't, because I know it's a holiday coming up. So,
Okay, just was looking for clarification. Thank you.
okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. And then while we're still waiting, if you don't mind, President Williams. Okay. Again, as I mentioned at our last legislative session, I'll mention it again. Capital Region Water is in the process of establishing a customer assistance program for the user base of the Water Authority. They are, as they're allowed as they're allowed, terminations and shutoffs are going to be beginning soon. So any customer that is interested in participating in the assistance program, please reach out to Capital Region Water's customer service representatives and sign up for a plan. We don't want people to have, water shutoffs as we're still, grappling with a global pandemic. So you can reach out, sign up for assistance. We know that there are several, we know that there are folks that have been, struggling throughout this pandemic, and we just want to ensure that those people have an opportunity to participate in that program. You give me a minute, I will get the number that they can reach out to here. Yeah, so they can, one of the numbers for Capital Region Water, they can reach out to us at 800 number 888-510-0606. And this is so that they can work to sign up for a payment plan through Capital Region Water for any water bill that they may have any past due payments on. So just want the residents to be aware of that. And as we get more information, we'll make sure that it's shared on the city website. But please visit Capital Region Water to find out how to sign up for a plan if you're a person that's in need. And then lastly, I know with the Federal CARES Act money that has been made available, the Department of Human Services at the state level has a emergency rental assistance program. There are income requirements that you can go to the Pennsylvania Department of Human Service website and find out if you are within those thresholds to be able to sign up for additional assistance. That is on a first come, first served basis. The city, we have a program that we're offering, but that also is another opportunity for folks that may need some rental assistance to sign up for a program. We want to make sure that all these resources that are available to the residents are out there and made available. So I think that's compass.state.pa.us, where folks can find out how to sign up for the emergency rental assistance program.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Majors. And is there anyone else for new business? Please, council members, keep next Tuesday available. We may have to have an executive session to discuss legal issues. Mr. Lynch, are you on yet? I don't see you. Okay. Okay. Mr. Lynch, are you there? Okay, council members, I don't know if he's, okay. Okay, I'll just have Mr. Lynch update at the next meeting at our work session.
Yep.
He seems to be having problems getting in anyway. Okay, no additional new business, council members. And Mr. Majors, thank you for all that information. Hearing none other new business, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you very much. Meeting is officially adjourned. Everyone have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Right.